Every global brand we see today once started as something small. Starbucks is one such story. In 1971, three friends in Seattle opened a tiny coffee shop. They didn't dream of building an empire. Their simple goal was to sell high-quality coffee beans and equipment. The store was small. The vision was simple. But the passion was real. For years, Starbucks was just one local shop. But then came Howard Schultz, a young man with a bigger dream. On a trip to Italy, he saw the culture of coffee houses, places where people didn't just drink coffee, but connected, shared stories, and built community. Schultz believed Starbucks could be more than just a store. It could be an experience, a third place between home and work. At first, many doubted his idea, but he pushed forward, transforming that single shop into a worldwide symbol of culture, comfort, and connection. Today, Starbucks has thousands of stores across the globe. Millions of people start their day with it. But at its heart, it's still built on that same idea. A simple cup of coffee, bringing people together. The story of Starbucks teaches us a powerful lesson. It doesn't matter how small your beginning is. What matters is how big your vision can be. A single shop, a single dream can create a global movement. But this story could have ended very differently. You see, the secret ingredient in Starbucks' success wasn't just the coffee or the cozy atmosphere. It was something more intangible, yet incredibly powerful. The belief that a coffee shop can be more than just a place to grab a drink. It can be a community hub, a place where people feel a sense of belonging. This belief became the driving force behind the company, shaping its culture and guiding its growth. But this wasn't an original idea. For centuries, coffee shops have been more than just businesses. They've been social spaces, cultural hubs, and economic engines for communities. In the 18th century, London's coffee houses were the birthplace of the stock market. In the early 20th century, Italian cafes became the backdrop for artistic movements. But by the 1970s, this concept seemed lost. Coffee shops were seen as mere conveniences, places to grab a quick caffeine fix. That is until Howard Schultz came along. His idea was simple yet profound. Create an environment where people felt like more than just customers. They were part of a community. But to do this, he needed more than just a great concept. He needed a compelling narrative. So he embarked on a journey to Italy, not for the pizza or the art, but for the coffee. There he discovered a culture where coffee was more than just a beverage. It was a ritual, a moment to connect with oneself, with friends, and with the community. Italian coffee houses weren't just places to buy coffee. They were living rooms away from home. And when Schultz returned to the US, he had a vision to transform Starbucks from a coffee shop into a coffee house. But changing people's perception wouldn't be easy. It meant challenging the status quo, questioning long-held beliefs, and convincing both customers and employees to embrace a new way of thinking about coffee. It meant showing people that a coffee shop could be more than just a place to grab a quick caffeine fix. It could be a destination, a place to relax, connect, and recharge. In the beginning, many doubted his idea. After all, who would want to spend hours in a coffee shop when they could be working or at home in their pajamas? But Schultz was undeterred. He knew that to make his vision a reality, he needed to focus on more than just the product. He needed to create an experience. And so, he set about transforming every aspect of the Starbucks experience. From the design of the stores, to the training of the staff, to the very essence of the brand. He introduced new drinks and food items that were designed to be enjoyed slowly, savored, and shared. He created a warm and inviting atmosphere where people felt comfortable spending time. And he trained his staff to be more than just baristas. He wanted them to be ambassadors of the coffeehouse culture, friendly and knowledgeable and passionate about coffee. Slowly but surely, people began to get on board. They started to see that a coffee shop could be more than just a place to grab a quick caffeine fix. It could be a destination, a place to relax, connect, and recharge. Before long, Starbucks wasn't just a coffee shop. It was a cultural phenomenon. People from all walks of life came together in its stores, united by a love of coffee and a desire for connection. Looking back, it's clear that Starbucks' success wasn't just about great coffee or a cozy atmosphere. It was about creating a third place, a place where people felt like more than just customers. They were part of a community. And it all started with one man's belief that coffee could bring people together.